So we are intrigued by this photo we saw. It's pretty famous now.
Yes, this is the apple tree. It was loaded with apples 2 years ago. I mean, it was really unbelievable. But one day I come in my driveway here and I happen to look in a circle about 5 foot around. There was not an apple to be found. They ate the apples, they ate the leaves, there was nothing there. That night, I came, I put a game camera right up in that tree right there. And I left it there for 7 days, 7 nights. I took the camera down, and the first pictures we got were of a lone coyote. He was eating apples here, he was eating apples there. Something scared it. It had its back up, its tail between its legs, the hairs were sticking up on its back. The very following picture we got was of the creature. And my wife and I both said, "What in the world is that?" I took it to several people. We got all kinds of answers. One said it's a dog. One said it's a coon. Another said it's a bear. One said it's a ghost. I took it everywhere I could think of, so I started emailing top researchers in the country. And one of the top researchers in British Columbia sent back a letter, said it was a very interesting photo, and he showed it to the native Canadian Indians that have witnessed Sasquatch sightings before, and they all said it was a female Sasquatch with a young under it.
You know what's encouraging is the fact that if that is a Sasquatch, she's holding a young one, and in a couple of years, you're going to have, like, you know, a little kid Squatch running around. I like to get in that same spot with the same camera and see what we get for a comparison.
Okay, very good. You want me to set the camera up?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
The hard part about this recreation was putting Bobo in the same spot.
All right, looks like it's kind of hunched down. How's that look, Cliff?
Looks pretty good, Bobo. You see, you cannot see the Sasquatch's feet in the picture, so we had to kind of estimate where to put Bobo. I think we got pretty close. I think that we were probably within about a foot or maybe 2 feet maximum. Here's Bobo squatting down, and even at this medium distance, it does look like the creature is larger.
That thing's way
it's way bigger
bigger.
than you.
I don't even know if a padded suit could account for that.
Unless the thing was dramatically closer to the camera, I don't see how this could be anything else but a Sasquatch. It is so large. This thing might be 7, 7.5 or something like that.
And if it's 7 or 7.5 feet, then that still puts it in the range of a female. And who would be carrying baby?
A female. Exactly.
So Bobo and Renee and I are on our way out to meet Janice Hayes.
I believe I seen it.
She was the one who came to the town hall meeting and talked about seeing one on a road as she was out delivering newspapers, probably at about 5:30 or 6 in the morning. You know, it's in those few hours before dawn are the ones where I think Bigfoots are the most active and out in the open. They act like they own the place at that time, and people will see them from cars, they'll see them in fields, all the sorts of places that you never see them in daylight.
I really am excited to go with Janice to this location and have her run us through what happened, because I want to know what distance she saw this figure at and what were the lighting conditions. Because if it was the wee hours of the morning, there's no reason why it couldn't be a person.
So this is where it happened.
This is where it happened. My car was up the road. I was delivering papers, and it was early morning. And as I come down the road here, all of a sudden, something stepped out around the tree. He was very huge, very huge. He stood straight and looked up the road at me, and then it was gone. I was startled. I'm looking back and forth across the road, around the tree, and there's nothing there.
How was the proportions of it?
Very large shoulders, narrowing down through the hips, narrow legs, and as far back as I was, he looked big. And he appeared to be about 8 foot tall.
You said you saw it for 2 or 3 seconds, and you're looking at it, and then it just is like, poof, gone?
Gone.
Well, think about it. Look from this angle. You see, if we look down there, if you have a big curtain of leaves on a branch that's sticking out, it could run back in that direction and keep that obstruction in between her and it. They're that smart.
They're
They'll
fast.
keep that obstruction in between you and then run off, and then it seems like they just disappeared.
Yeah.
But these things are like the commandos of the woods.
Yeah.
They know that. And if you were sneaking around like a cat burglar, you would know that too. So
Yeah.
that's what it could have done instead of just vanishing.